The Bible's core message, made clear. Welcome to the Bible Point. Today, through the book of Acts, we will examine what to do when life doesn't go according to plan. During Paul's second missionary journey, he and his team intended to preach the gospel in Asia, the region corresponding to modern-day Western Turkey. However, the Holy Spirit prevented them from going there. Consequently, they changed course, heading north into Turkey to preach the gospel, but again, the Holy Spirit did not allow it. Ultimately, Paul and his companions were thwarted twice by the Holy Spirit's intervention, so they headed for the port city of Troas in western Turkey. During this journey, Luke, who would later serve as Paul's personal physician and partner in ministry, joined them. Upon reaching Troas, the Holy Spirit gave a sign through a vision: cross over to Macedonia. Convinced this was guidance from the Spirit, they boarded a ship and sailed to Macedonia, with Philippi as their destination, the leading city of the region. Thus, the gospel moved from Asia to Europe, from what is now Turkey to Greece. The Holy Spirit twice thwarted the plans of Paul and his companions because, though the messengers were ready, the listeners were not. Moreover, God desired the gospel to spread more swiftly to Rome, working according to his own plan and timing. In other words, though nothing went according to Paul's plans, the Holy Spirit led them along a path better in God's sight. Our lives are similar. Sometimes it is better when our plans do not come to pass. In Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9, God says this: "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." The ways and thoughts of the perfect God are always far higher and deeper than our limited and weak minds. Since we cannot fully comprehend His will, what does not go according to my plans may actually be a more blessed path. What matters for us is to keep our hearts set on living for God, like Paul, and to pursue a life that proclaims the gospel. If that goal is clear, there is no need to become frustrated or discouraged just because the path of our lives turns out differently than we imagined. With a heart to live according to God's will, if you strive to do your best where God has placed you, like Paul, He will uphold you and accomplish His own purpose. When your life does not unfold as planned, please remember these three things. First, God's ways and thoughts are always higher than ours. Second, let us do our best in the task given to us now. Third, let us examine whether the goal of our life is for God's kingdom. If you engrave these three truths on your heart, you will not be discouraged even when life does not go according to your plans. Rather, you will believe and trust that God is leading you according to His will and using you where He desires. The reason life does not follow our plans is because God has something He wants to accomplish through us. My hope is that, no matter what path unfolds before you, you will live a blessed life, faithfully giving your best to every task entrusted to you and being used in ways that please God.